let's take a couple minutes to talk about priming the body. So you can prime the body with a stick or doing some dynamic movements prior to doing any type of exercise routine, whether you're going to be lifting heavy or you're going to be doing some type of circuit or high intensity training. You can also use these exercises to start off any type of mobility routine, and we highly recommend doing and focusing on mobility at least one day out of the week where you run through a 20 or 30-minute routine focusing only on mobility. And then we also recommend doing these motions prior to an exercise routine in order to prime the body. So if you're going to use it for priming the body prior to a routine, you can do 10 to 15 reps of each one of these exercises. And then if you're going to do this for a mobility routine, we recommend doing 15 to 20 reps. So the first exercise, we're using our mobility stick, is just the push-pull. So your hands are at your chest level, and you're just going to push your hips back, and then come in, and then you push your hips forward. This is just waking up the body. And then we go a shoulder dislocation down to a straight leg dynamic movement. We're doing this to prime the body, to force some blood flow, wake the body up. This is going to reduce inflammation and prep the body before doing any type of exercise, which will prevent injury. And I think you will find out that you are much stronger going into your routine. We have names for most of these exercises. So this one we're just calling like the washing machine or the helicopter movement. And you can do 10 reps on each side or whatever you're feeling like doing prior to getting into your movement. I'm calling this one the band, marching band. You're going to break it up a little bit because your shoulders may start to get a little stressed or burning. So now we're just going to focus on a little bit of some hip rotations and waking up the knees and the joints from your hips all the way down into your ankles. So we have the stick at our toe level, and now we're just going to twist and push and extend that knee up over the toes. You're using the stick to provide some mobility, or I'm sorry, some stability. Twisting on our toes, on our back toe, and getting a good stretch. This opens up the hip flexors. As well as waking up those joints, forcing some blood flow. Next one is around the world. Go the opposite direction. shoulders are probably burning a bit. So now we're just going to go into a nice squat. You can go sumo squat or just regular squats. Keeping your hands up high, it's going to open up your upper thoracic, so your upper back, waking up and still working some shoulders. And of course, wake up that lower body and those hips. Go down as deep as you can. Watch your form. All right, next is over the rainbow. So you're just gonna push your stick towards your ankle and go back and forth. 10 on each side. Now if you're going to do those exercises for a mobility routine, you can bump it up to 20 reps on each side. All right, next one. So just stick the stick out here in front of you, and you're just going to use it for balance. And just swing your leg back and forth, waking up those hips. And then put it in front of you. Same thing. Switch it over. All right, so those are the stick mobility exercises that you're going to do prior to any type of exercise routine or getting or starting off your mobility routine. So if you don't have one of these sticks, just to show you something else that we've used is this is one of those cardboard tubes that comes out of like a rug, you know, those long rugs that you lay out inside the house there. So pretty good, it's thick, it's pretty stable, it offers some stability. You can use it, or you can use some PVC pipe. 3/4 inch is what I would recommend. Buy yourself like a 5 or 6 foot piece and you can use it. We like the mobility stick because it offers a lot more flexibility and it's a little bit more stable, and it's got a little footer on it. But in the meantime, before I'm able to get this thing out on the market, you can use some PVC or one of these cardboard tubes. All right, so that's it for beginning any type of routine. And then we're gonna get into transitioning down to the floor and showing you some mobility routines that we recommend you do on the floor to wake up those hips for mobility and wake up the entire body before hitting any type of routine or part of your mobility routine. All right, so to be continued later. All right, so now you've finished up the stick mobility movements, and if you're gonna work out using that stick mobility workout to prime the body, you're gonna do that and then stop, go do your workout, and then post-workout, I want you to hit these mobility exercises. If you're going to do this as a mobility routine, you're going to hit the stick mobility, priming the body routine, but doing the 20 reps. And then you're also going to do this same floor routine within the mobility routine. Hope that makes sense. All right, so the first exercise is you're going to be on all fours, and you're just going to go cat to cow. So I just worked out, so I'm just going to do 10 reps of these.
Next, what I want you to do is get into a nice frog pose. So your knees, you're stretching out your groin. Get a really good deep, go as deep as you can. You're gonna rock back, then come forward as far as you can, pushing your hips into the mat, and then just rotate one foot up. You can also do this from your elbows. So here, and then rotate it up. Alright, you're going to do 10 reps on each leg. Then, what you're going to do is you're going to go into a nice baby pose, into a cobra pose, and you're going to do 10 reps of these. If it's post-workout, 20 reps. If it is part of a mobility routine, typically we do those on Thursdays if you're following the F3 EA program. Alright, next, what I want you to do is just hold yourself for 10 to 15 seconds in a nice plank. Alright. Lay flat, put your face in the mat, and just lift up and pull back. Lift up, push back. Okay, 10 reps of those. Then your feet are flat on the ground, legs are straight out behind you. Put your palms underneath your breast, underneath your chest, and just push up. Hold for a couple seconds. We're going to do 10 reps of those. Okay? Then you're going to flip it around onto your back. You're going to do 10 bridges. So put your hands here, push your hips up towards the sky. Let's do 10 reps. Okay? And what I want to do is pull your knee into your chest, rotate it out, and do a frog kick down towards like you're swimming underwater. You're going to do 10 on each leg. Switch it over. On this leg, 20 if it's part of your mobility routine. And I want you just to bring your knees into your chest, bring your head up, and just rock back and forth. Hold that for a few seconds. Okay? And I want you to put your arms out at your sides, keeping your knees bent. Just rotate and hold each stretch for 5 to 10 seconds. Switch it over. Hold for 5 to 10 seconds. Switch it out. Now these ones you don't have to do obviously 20 reps. I usually do about 3 to 4 of these on each side. Okay? Put one leg out in front, or one leg straight out. Pull one leg in and rotate it over, keeping your shoulder blades on the mat. Hold for 5 to 10 seconds. Hold for 5 to 10 seconds. And then just do like 10 of these crunches. So bringing your, keeping like you got a ball up underneath your chin. Just come up, nice and slow. Relax your back. You're just going to do about 10 of these post-workout. Alright? Now you're just going to do a fly. So put your arms down at your sides, keeping your chest up. You're going to do 10 reps of these. And then what I want you to do is almost like a cable row where you're pushing it out across your body. Do 10 of these. And if you want to hit a little bit of your lower chest when you're coming up, just twist so your palm goes out. So down and twist. And obviously if you want to use some light weights, but I don't think you need it because this is post-workout. So it's just kind of forcing that blood flow. It's going to help relieve some of the stress in the body. It's going to let your body know that you're done working out. And then of course you're going to go get some carbs to reduce the cortisol levels in your body. This is going to force some more blood flow, relax the body, and really help with the mind and body connection. Alright, so do 10 of those on each arm. So put your hands behind you. You can touch them if you like, and then just come over the top. Keeping your chest up, shoulder blades on the ground. You're going to do 10 of these. Now just put one shoulder or one elbow at a 45 or 90, I guess. I don't know. Just you 10 on each one, on each arm. This is going to help out with the rotator cuff. Alright, so after you get done doing 10 of those, you're going to sit up. Put one leg in front of you. This is a combat stretch. So your knees down on the ground, chest is up. Put your hands on your knee. Push all the way as far as you can. This is going to open up the hips. It's going to help with that hip mobility. It's going to stretch out the hip flexors. Hold this for 5 to 10 seconds. Bring it up, relax for a couple seconds, and then take your elbow, try to push it down into the mat. And hold for 5 to 10 seconds. And then you're going to come up. You're going to do a kneeling hamstring. So this is your knees still down. You're sitting, taking your hips straight back and sitting back on your other heel, keeping your toes and your foot flat on the ground. You're going to feel that really good in your hamstrings. And then you're going to go into a pigeon stretch. So 45 here. Sit down on that. And you can hold these stretches for as long as you like. You know, they say 5, 10, 15 seconds, whatever it is. And then switch it out. So same thing. Knee, chest up, leaning as far forward as possible. It's okay if this knee goes over those toes. There's no weight, so you don't have to worry about injuring your patellar tendon or anything. This is going to help out with some of the mobility when you're trying to get deep into your stretches. And it's going to open up your hips. Okay. Knee, or elbow past your knee, going down into the mat, trying to touch your ankle. You see some of these people do this and then they try to reach back too. I just don't have a lot of mobility, so you can try that as well if you'd like. Put your foot out in front of you, hamstring stretch. Into pigeon stretch. Alright. And then what I want you to do is just rock back into that good child's pose. Hold that for 5 to 10 seconds. Come up into a cobra pose. Hold that for 5 to 10 seconds. And then thread the needle. So take one hand, push it through, pushing your chest down onto your shoulder, twisting your body, opening up the thoracic, upper thoracic, opening up those shoulders, helping out with some hip and mobility in your back. Hold that one for 5 to 10 seconds on each side. Then you're going to come up, walk it back as far as you can. Push your heels to the ground, getting a good hip flexor stretch, or calf stretch. And then you're going to come into sumo squat. So hold this one for 5 to 10 seconds. Then what I want you to do is you can push. So take this elbow, pushing it in to your knee, and try to lean back as far as you can, or reach up towards the sky, and then switch it over. Hold each one of those 5 to 10 seconds. Then just let your body hang and relax. Rotate those arms around in circles, loosening everything up. Come up, reach for the sky, come back down, rotate around. And do a few of those. And that's it. That should totally open you up. So just to recap, you can do the stick mobility to prime the body, and then you get into your workout, and then post-workout you're going to do this floor routine. Or you can do the stick mobility and the floor routine as your mobility day. So typically on Thursdays if you're following the F3A program. It should take you about 20 to 30 minutes. Relax, listen to some music. It should be de-stressing the body. And when you prime the body with the stick mobility, it's going to prevent injury, force some blood flow, so on and so forth. Hope it helps. If I need to add some other exercises, just let me know. But I think opening up your hips, your upper thoracic, your shoulders, and your mobility throughout your entire body is going to help you out with your squats, your deep movements. It's going to reduce injuries. It's going to help inflammation, which is going to reduce chronic pain. And it's going to force blood flow. And I'm here to tell you, don't be surprised if you're a little sore after doing this routine. And feel free to add whatever you'd like, some of your favorite stretching exercises. Godspeed, bro. Have a good one.